So here we are. We made it to the trailhead. We're going to Rainbow Falls. We're going to see if we make it all the way there and back.
Let's go.
This really depends on the terrain and how much snow and ice we run into.
Should be a mile and a half in and a mile and a half out.
There's a little overview of Gorgeous State Park. And a little bit more information for us. And I'm actually sliding on ice right now. So we'll be right at the Pisgah Forest. So there we go. All right, down the trail we head. Looks like we got quite a bit of pine straw coverage down here, so that'll help. Usually snow doesn't last very long on top of pine straw. Let me start out with just a slight incline. I think I might try out the headgear for the GoPro on the next trip. Give it a whirl and see how it works.
Not bad at all.
You know, for every incline there's a slight decline. But the trail itself is really good.
Yeah.
Well maintained. So far it's looking really good. Not too strenuous a hike at all.
Our first time doing this trail.
Yep. Came up here about 5 years ago and camped at Gorgeous State Park. Spent the night, and we had to hike in a little over a mile to the campsite and set up camp, me and my son, and hiked back out and then hiked to another waterfall here in the gorge.
My first time here altogether.
Yeah, this is her first time here and she's loving it. It's a beautiful place. I'm sure we'll be making more trips up this way.
Oh yeah. We'll try out all the avenues. Have time for a little bit today.
Yeah, we want to try to get down out of here before nightfall because there's quite a few bridges to go across, and melting snow going across those bridges is definitely going to turn to ice tonight.
Yeah.
And we don't want to go slipping and sliding. So we're going to do the safe thing. We're going to do this one hike and probably head on down, back out. If we have time, maybe stop by Lake Joe Cassie for a second.
Yeah, that's a pretty spot. Like to come back up in the summer and go swimming.
Yeah, beautiful place to go swimming up there, guys. It's crystal clear water, like I said before, and you can see all the way down to the bottom, 15-20 feet down. They have a nice swimming area, great fishing, boating, anything you want to do water sports wise. It's a great place to do it. some of the views off the side of the trail. It really isn't a bad view. I mean, 360 degrees, it looks good anywhere you look. A few hikers on the trail today. I'd say maybe 5, 6 cars in the parking lot. So it's in the middle of the week too. We're here on a Wednesday, so I'm sure on the weekend when the weather's nice, it's a lot more crowded. As you can see walking through here, we got quite a bit of snow. Even where the straw is heavy, if you get in here in the shaded areas, there's still quite a bit. Which is a treat for us. Like I said, we don't get much snow, so. And we got a little spot down here where it looks like we have a meeting of the roads. Looks like you can come up from this direction here as well and get to Rainbow Falls. Another trail coming down.
So we gotta go.
This way, this way.
Rainbow Falls is this way. Raymond Fisher Trail.
So we're going to take the Rainbow Falls so we can go down here and get a video of these beautiful waterfalls for you. Yeah, the little reflector there's are an indication. If you notice on the sign back there, there was a different color reflector for the different trailheads. I mean, different trails. So always want to make sure you're seeing those on the trees along the way, so you know you haven't got off the main trail.
You hear the water down there.
Yeah, it's like the river's actually running along the trail. It's just
Down
a good ways below us where we can't actually see it, but we can hear it. And this is a good bit of decline. So it's going to be uphill a good bit of the way back. That's all right. Nothing we can't handle. Grotto Falls was mainly uphill all the way to the falls, and then downhill, of course, all the way back. And honestly, I prefer to go uphill. Seems to be less stress on my joints. You know, I'm only a few years away from being a senior citizen, so you might not realize it by looking at me, but there's a lot of years on these old bones.
You still young. Keep doing this, it'll keep you young.
I do enjoy being outside. Trail's a little wet through here. And the snow melt. Get a view up the hill. We got a large boulder over here. Just stuck into the side of the trail there. Pick those feet up. I said, pick your feet up. I heard a scrape across the rock back there. All right. Got a nice little downhill coming.
We're gonna be taking it real slow coming back out.
Got a little spot to sit and rest. In case you get a little tired on the trail. Always nice to have. Stop and get you a sip of water. Back you can see the trail's pretty much covered all the way across in snow through here, so we're gonna have to be careful that some of it isn't frozen over into ice. Snow isn't so bad to walk through, but you know, that ice is slippery and treacherous. All right.
A little slippery.
A little slippery. All right, she's made it. All right, so we got us a little water crossing up here. We're coming down. And heading on down that way. All right, we'll hop on across here. Well, you can always step there, 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 and over to here and take the rock path.
Just have wet feet.
That's up to you. Looks like we got a little mica down there in the water. At first glance, it looks like gold. I got you. Now step to that one closest to you, and that one, and there you go. Look at there, dry feet.
I didn't need wet feet with this anyway.
Nah, it's a little cool out here for wet feet today. Alright, so along the trail, you'll come up to a little area here. You're now leaving Gorges State Park, and you're going into a national forest. So and on the way back, we'll be entering Gorges State Park. So we gotta stay on the marked trail, and we'll head on around and make it to the falls. I think we're probably about halfway there. We came down that hill over there through the snowy area. As you can see up here where the sun's been shining, the trail is nice and dry. Not too bad at all.
I like dry.
Yeah, it's a whole lot less slippery. That ice back there was getting a little slippery, a little dangerous. We're getting close to the falls. I can hear it in the distance. Overall, it wasn't a bad hike at all to get here. Yeah, a little muddy. Where all the snow's melted out. A little red clay and things going back up that way. Oh, we got a few hound dogs coming up the road here. Hello guys. How you doing? You want to be on YouTube?
We're at the...
Oh, let me get it back on. And look who we met on the trail today.
Shiloh and Millie.
Shiloh and Millie.
Shiloh
Yeah.
and Millie.
Did you enjoy the falls?
They did, yeah.
How much further ahead is it?
You know what?
I can hear it pretty good.
Probably what, about a half mile?
Oh, not
Absolutely.
bad.
Yeah.
Worth it. Very
It's
beautiful.
worth it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if you guys are willing, if you get a little off trail, you can actually go down to the very bottom of it.
Okay.
There's a lot of mist kicking up, but it's really cool.
Oh wow.
Might check that out.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's
Yeah.
muddy, but worth it to get down to the bottom.
It'll be all right. All right, so here's another water crossing. I believe she might get her feet wet on this one. We'll see. Might be able to get her across the rocks without getting wet. It's gonna be a little tricky. Nice crystal clear water. And the trail heads on up from here. See if we can't get her across without getting too wet. All right, so right there. Yeah, well, you gotta make that first step.
This one?
I took the small one, but I mean, you do what's comfortable for you. They're not slippery, so that's good. All right, now to that one. All right, to there. All right, to there. That one there, you might get a little water on your foot, but it's not bad. All right. And then to here, a little wobble. I got you. All right. Step there, and you got a dry rock there. Here. And it's got a little wobble to it, but don't let it get you. All right. And we got across. Look at that. True mountain woman there. Not afraid of a little water.
No.
There's a little primitive site. See a little makeshift fire pit there. Some logs to sit on. Yeah. You know, this is starting to look a little familiar. We may have actually hiked this trail too, as well, 5 years ago. I think total we hiked like 17 miles on that trip. It was nice. Got to do a lot that was few days. But those were the days before we were on YouTube and got a few photos of it, and that's about it.
Yeah.
If only I'd had the GoPro then.
Oh wow, I see something.
She sees something. Yeah, there's the river going down to the falls. Had to get you guys a view of this. This is beautiful. Look at that. And we haven't even made it to the falls, but I tell you, it's still, this is such a beautiful place. All right, so we've gotten to the part of the trail where it goes from ground to steps. Now, I'm gonna go this way
Me too.
because I'm not a fan of steps. I know it's still uphill, but To my body, it just feels better going on the ground. But if you come up here and you prefer the steps to going over all these roots and everything, the steps are right there for you. And it's well maintained. And it's quite a bit of an incline here. All right. You good? All right. So we made it to the top of the hill. And we got some more steps. Take you back down. So the trail looks a little rough over on the side, so I'm probably going to do the steps going down. Okay. We're going to stop up here for a water break before we continue. All right. I should drink some water. I'm gonna ease on down here. And there's a nice little rock jetting out. That you can walk out on. And look at that view. And it's a little ways down. So if you're scared of heights, yeah, you might get a little shaky toward the edge. That's as far as I'm going to go. You see the edge is right there, but it's quite a drop. And it comes on out from where the steps are there. To get down to the water. All right, I don't think we're going to try that path. It looks a little icy. Watch your step through here, it's muddy. Got a little rocky terrain. Reminds me a little bit of the Abrams Falls Trail through here, up at Cage Cove. We made that hike, oh, what, 9 years ago now? Yeah. 9 years ago we made that hike. We haven't made it since, but I believe we're going to get out there early one morning when we've got plenty of time to do it. And we're going to try it again. We made it in record time that day. We made it faster than what the trailhead actually says it would take you. But we got there in the afternoon and there was talk of bears on the trail and things of that nature, and so we hoofed it pretty good through there. We didn't really take our time. We made it to the falls, took a look around, turned back and headed on back toward the car. really like to go back and just take our time and do it in about 3.5 hours, so we can really enjoy it more. And I'll walk over these tree roots. A few more steps. And just kind of taking my time through this area because it is pretty muddy. I don't want any slips, trips, or falls going through here. All right, here we are. Absolutely beautiful. And we haven't even made it to the falls yet. Look at the snow on all the rocks. A few more steps up ahead of us. It won't be long till we'll be at the main falls. But what a trail leading up to it. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. All right, look at this nice little rock outcrop we've got here. You can walk all the way out. Look at that. Is that beautiful or what? It just comes right off the side of the trail. And it's nice and dry. It's not slippery. And you can get some really, really nice views from right here on this rock. See all the snow on the trail and the Smoky Mountain Dreamer over there. Here's some more footage for you. Wow. Absolutely beautiful. All right, so we made it to the top of the last set of steps, and was it worth it to hike in through the snow and the mud and all the steps? Absolutely. It was more than worth it. Look at this. Absolutely breathtaking. I'm out of breath anyway, but but yeah. Take a look at that. Wow. One of the prettiest falls I've ever seen. And I haven't seen every falls. I've probably seen, a dozen or more, maybe closer to 2 dozen up close in person. But wow. That is absolutely amazing. And then I'm gonna try to make it down there and get you a little bit different view. We passed another hiker on the trail and we're like, are we getting close? And they're like, oh yeah, yeah, it's just at the last set of steps. Our last set of steps was quite a haul. But, like she said, once you clear that last set of steps, it just kind of appears out of nowhere. And it's absolutely beautiful. And she was not kidding. I mean, it really is something special. Head down this way. And I stand corrected, I did not hike to these falls 5 or 6 years ago. I made it to a different falls. And I want to say, after having hiked there, we'd set our sights on this one. And I gave out before we made it. We'd been hiking all day. And I think I gave out about a quarter of a mile before we got here, if I'm calculating it right. I wish I'd have kept walking, because wow, absolutely worth the hike. Slowly work my way down to the bottom. It's quite a steep trail going down. Can't tell it that much on the GoPro, but it's quite the incline, or in this case a decline, until I have to start to go back up. But it starts to level out right here as you get over to the platform, so that you can get a view of the falls from the bottom. Look at that. Wow. That's where I was, up there. Pretty wet down here and muddy. So check that out. Wow. Absolutely amazing. I don't know if he's ever hiked here, but we need to get Smoky Mountain Hiker to come down this way. I believe he'd really enjoy the hike and the beautiful waterfall, as well as Will and Dawn. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. Can't say enough. Spills out and heads on down there. All the snow on the rocks. I mean, it's just absolutely perfect. Well, I'm gonna make my way back up and meet back up with Smoky Mountain Dreamer at the top. I can feel the mist. Quite refreshing. And it's only in the mid 40s here today. But when you're walking, doing the hike and everything, it warms up pretty good. So that mist coming off of that waterfall feels nice and refreshing right now. So I'm gonna make my way back up the trail, and I'll film a little bit more when I get up there. All right, so that's gonna do it for today here at Gorgeous State Park. We made that 3-mile hike to Rainbow Falls, and a lot of beautiful scenery and a few little water crossings along the way.
And it is a strenuous 3 miles.
Hey, yeah, it's not an easy hike. Didn't seem that bad. There were a few spots that were pretty rocky and with some steps, but overall it wasn't that bad a hike.
But on the way back, oh boy.
Considering all the time we spent taking pictures and video, we still did the hike in like 3 hours. So
yeah,
not too bad. So once again, that's going to do it for here. It's Gorgeous State Park. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll know when we put another video out. And until next time,
keep dreaming.
keep dreaming.
Bye everybody.
Bye-bye.